When Emily told me that I'd be speaking today, I thought, great, I can tell everybody about our in-family jokes. We have loads of those, we've had great fun over the years. What she was like as a baby, a child, a teenager, about her long list of boyfriends. The ones she had before she met Adam, don't worry about that. And I thought I'd go through her life in detail. I'll tell you about all the interesting things in her life. It was such a day she's found throwing wet toilet paper at the ceiling of the toilets at her school and got caught. We got called in. We told her about that. So I timed that speech, and actually it would take me 4 hours to go through Emily's life. So I thought, I'll cut it down, I'll make it a bit shorter. So I did, and I took out all the bits where Emily was behaving and being really good, and it got it down to 3 hours and 15 minutes. So Emily said, that's too long. So I thought, what would a millennial do? I thought, I know, I'll use Google. So I Googled free wedding speeches. And I found a brilliant iPhone app powered by artificial intelligence. Oh, we know artificial intelligence is really the vogue these days. And I thought, that's brilliant. It said it'll give a personalised wedding speech, and it's only 99p. What have I got to lose? So I thought, I'll download that and I'll give it a go. So it started up the artificial intelligence bits, put in the bride's name. Did that. And it said, where was she born? And I typed that and I put in Luton. Oh. And it said, what did she study? I put in weaving. Well, the artificial intelligence program had a bit of a fit. I said, weaving? Is that a real subject? So I took that option out. And the app said to me, do you want a sentimental speech? Do you want a modern speech? Or do you want a funny speech? Well, I thought, actually, what I'll go for is a modern speech. After all, Emily's a millennial, that's modern. And then the app said to me, actually, due to the location of the birth, Luton, you've got no choice. You've got to have the modern speech. So I thought, okay, that's right. I gave it a few seconds, and it's produced a speech for me today on my phone. And this is my first time reading it. Right, ready, Emily? Doesn't the bride, Emma, look lovely? Oh, I typed your name wrongly. That's autocorrect, isn't it? Yeah? All right. Doesn't Emily look lovely in her dress? It's amazing her dress still fits over a baby bump. And she's so lucky to be left out on day release from water school. And doesn't the groom look lovely? He's managed to hide his tag under his suit. I don't think I'm going to use it. I think that's probably been influenced by the Luton bit. Sorry, Tony. And actually, I have to say, when we took Emily out of Luton came out of Emily. That's a sort of history now, isn't it, Emily? You're much too refined for that. Sorry, Tony. So just in case you worry, Emily's not pregnant, on day release, and Annie's definitely not wearing a tag. You're not, are you? And not anymore. So I will go back to my plan A now and just do it really without artificial intelligence, or as Emily might say, without intelligence. Yeah. So today is about firsts. So, Emily's life has always been about firsts. She was our firstborn. And during her life, I can remember she had her first boyfriend, again, not Adam. And of course, being a girl, you had your first undergarment. Bra, I think. Courtesy of her aunt. Remember that, Emily? But today, we continue with the first. I have to say, we're really pleased today she's got her first husband. Now, I don't actually want to go through a list of our family jokes and family history. So I won't be talking about when Emily was young. We used to play a game with her saying, don't step on the cracks. And she used to love that game until we came to when the pavement's made of little blocks, just a little bit too big for a foot. Emily would look down at the blocks and she burst into tears and cried. Olivia, you remember that? Or the time she became worse for wear in a bar after Champs-Élysées and had to be rescued. Or the time that you went to school with a safety pin in your ear. Nor will I tell you about Emily's bedroom when she was younger. And quite frankly, it was a biohazard. And it's nice to see she's grown out of that. I don't know why you're laughing, Olivia. But I will tell you a very important story, which is really important to our family. Ever since Emily and Olivia have been really young, I've always said to them I'm not their father, or not at least I see a DNA test and it has a really good match. So I thought today would be a really good day to put that to rest. And so I thought I'd go through a little checklist of things that we could see how similar Emily and I were and see that we were actually blood related or not. Well, I've got a list of, we start with that Assam tea. We love Assam tea. I do, Emily does, and it's not just Assam tea, it's got to be from Waitrose. Yeah? And today, actually, Emily specified Assam tea in the tea that will be served later. Something else that's very similar for us, we're both really clumsy. In my house, there's a trail in the kitchen of Assam tea on the floor, on the sofa, and the same for Emily in her house. And in fact, today we were really worried about Emily. White dress, red wine, feta cheese. We bought her a beanie, but she refused to wear it for some reason. Emily can sleep anywhere. I can sleep anywhere at the drop of a hat. Big difference though, and this sort of worries me. I never dribble in public. Oh no. Well, I haven't been afraid of it.
Yeah. You come here, Olivia. Come and sit down here.
Influencing skills. Yeah, Emily has been, her colleagues were a charming bully. In fact, I cannot think of many bosses who would, under the influence of Emily, drive her to a wedding in his classic car. And actually, I'm going to take a break from the list. I'm going to ask Harold, and you should go out to the car park and look at his Citroen DS. Absolutely gorgeous, and it was a real pleasure to be brought in that car today, wasn't it? Yeah? But Harold, who's Emily's boss, and who's acting today as his chauffeur, there was something missing. So Harold, could you just come up here for a second? I've got something to give to you. Which next time you complete your outfit. And some white gloves as well. Thank you, Harold. Emily and I have an obsession with big rolls. So much so that we buy them at the supermarket, they're not in the basket when they get in the bag when they get home. I've tried buying 2 packs, still not there when I get back, and I think Emily has the same problem. Emily is incredibly impatient. She's up first on Christmas Day, and we don't know where Emily gets that from. It's not from me, I'm quite laid back and relaxed, nor from her mother, who's also quite laid back and relaxed. But there is something that Emily does get from her mother, and not from me. So I'm beginning to think actually that this test is not working. Emily loves the sports car, and she's got her little Mazda thingy. Yeah, and so has her mum got a sports car as well. So that doesn't come from me. Something I do think comes from me is Emily's incredibly stylish. Okay. But actually my wife says to me that comes from her, not from me. Now there's something definitely really puts Emily and I apart. Emily, she describes, slavishly watches EastEnders and Casualty. And with this, I'm with Adam. We're both in the room, but we're not watching it, are we? Another thing that Emily does really differently to me is list writing. And this wedding is to produce list after list and list of lists. I think Adam expected to come here this morning with a short little checklist. And I think we had a 20-page checklist written by Emily. So I don't do that at all. There is one thing that Emily and I are sort of the same really. Ballet. I was really bad at ballet. So bad I never did it. Emily did it, and she wasn't very good either. Now, if you know Emily, you'll know that there are three things in life she likes. I said she's impatient. She wants it now. She wants it her way, and if there's money involved, she wants it at her price. She wants a bargain. And ever since she was tiny, she used to negotiate really well. At first it was, can I have every day. But over the time I believe she's become more sophisticated, or at least her colleagues at work tell me. And now she can negotiate for England. And in fact, over the last 2 years, Emily and Adam have been collaborating on a project which is their house, and you haven't seen it, it's absolutely fantastic. With Adam doing all the hard work, with lots of help from his father, and Emily doing the negotiation on her own. Now, in these days, just to talk slightly separately, in these days there aren't telegrams. I can't read any telegrams out. The best man can't read any telegrams out. For the younger people here, they were like Instagram on pieces of paper, no filters. And they took 24 hours to arrive. That's shocking, isn't it, for your millennials? Yeah? For the older people here, I'm sure you remember them anyway. So I thought, well, no telegrams. What I'll do, I'll text some people involved with who helped Emily and Adam with their house to see what they say. So I texted the estate agent. I said, do you remember Emily? Emily Chapel as she was. He said, yeah, I remember Emily. Oh, God, she got a really good deal. He said, she's not very happy, she. So I thought, I'll phone up the people who supply your kitchen. He went, oh yeah, I remember Emily. She got a really good deal. She's not coming back, is she? And I phoned the poor windows and door supplier. He said, oh, I remember Emily. She got a really good deal. She's not coming back, is she? And actually, Emily did get a lot of deals on some really good things. So if you want anything cheap, ask Emily to do negotiations. However, she hasn't met her match with Adam. He knows how to manage her in such a charming way. I think he just ignores her. And that frustrates Emily no end. Dad, she said, he just ignores me. But she's truly met her match with Adam. Well done. Now is a good time to tell you about when we first met Adam. He came to a shop we were running in London, with my wife and I were there. And he walked in this person, I looked down at his feet. Size 12 Doc Martens, huge compared with my feet. I looked a little bit further up. Jeans, a punky leather jacket, and on the top, a Mohican. So I was a little bit nervous. I thought, I'm expecting a spitting, foul mouth, Sex Pistol type punk. And if you look at the photographs at the end, you'll see actually a photograph of Adam and this Mohican. And actually he spoke. And actually he was a little bit shy. A little bit more spoken. And actually really polite. So we were really shocked. And in fact, the way he spoke to us and approached us those days was no different to what you see today, except he was not then wearing a smart suit and tie. We've got to know Adam, and we know that's now his true self. And now we know him really well. I'm going to tell you a secret that maybe his parents don't even know. He's a superb house guest. When he comes along to our house, not only does he tidy up for himself, he tidies up for Emily, he tidies up after us. I don't know if his parents know that, but well done, thank you very much. Now, as I mentioned earlier, Emily is the definition of impatient. And if she wants something, she goes after it now and will nag it to death or chase it to get it. In fact, when she first met Adam, on the very first occasion, she said to him, "You're going to be my boyfriend." And I'm told that actually she reminded Adam that he should ask her to marry her. I think it was 872 times. So actually, absolutely lost count. And she doesn't like surprises, Emily, very much. But when Adam asked her to marry her, in the kitchen, at breakfast, she said yes straight away. And why wouldn't she? But actually, in retrospect, Adam didn't choose his timing very well. Given that Emily's clumsy, he should have waited because she had a big sharp knife in her hand and anything could have happened. You see Adam today, he's actually got a scar, quite a nasty scar on his knuckles. That's got nothing to do with Emily, is it? No. Now, over the last 2 years of engagement, we've seen a lot of Adam, and we've decided he's a good person to have around. The reason for that is not only does he tidy up the house, but he's really good at DIY. It's skill inherited from his father. Good choice, I think. He's helped us fix several things in our house. Not only he's good, he's quick, and he charges only the lowest mace rates. He's actually very, very cheap. He doesn't charge anything. So for now and for today, now that Adam is my son-in-law, I'm expecting to charge even less. So I've got a little list of things that I like to do, Adam. So when you get back from honeymoon, come and see us. Now, how can you actually charge less? Well, I actually think what's going to happen now is that Adam's going to start paying us to do our jobs. So actually, I'm looking forward to becoming a lot richer. Now, as I said earlier on, Adam and Emily's great project has been the house. It looks amazing, reflecting the great teamwork between them. And by that, I mean Adam's done all the work, and Emily all the supervision. Though I have heard from Adam's father that Adam has actually Emily has just wandered in sometimes and brought the biscuits at almost the right time. So she'll claim that she was heavily involved in that. But the new house has actually provided a way for Adam to actually, I suppose, manage Emily in a slightly different way. He's putting some shelving into the house. The shelving, unfortunately, is above Emily's head height. So anything he wants to hide, he puts up there. Now, there are several traditions to do with marriage. One is to be asked for the daughter's hand in marriage. Adam never asked me, and I know why he didn't ask me, apart from that I didn't really want to be asked, because actually Emily's hand has always been in his hand, and has been for the last 12 years. We've been going out with each other. It just seems like an abiding memory that Emily's clasping Adam's hand very tightly. And there are 3 other traditions for the father's speech. The first is to propose a toast to those who can't be here. The second is to provide a few words of advice to the bride and groom. And the third is to welcome the groom into the family. So let's follow that to the tradition slightly, with a toast to absent friends, and particularly to absent grandparents. So would you join me, please? Absent friends. So now tradition dictates I must give Emily and Olivia, Emily and Olivia, Emily and Adam some advice. So that's a hard one. So I thought I'd look around. There's the previous Mr. and Mrs. Stollery, who've been married for 40 years. Well, they're quite a good role model. Isabel and I have been married for how many years? Yeah, how many? 34 years, like I never remember. I was there at the wedding, but yeah, everybody else has been there. But actually, saying how I've seen Emily and Adam together for the last 12 years, the last couple of years we've been planning the wedding, I actually say, I can't give you any advice because you're so happy together, obviously made for each other. So all you need to do in the future is do what you've done in the past and carry on. Finally, I am going to break with the tradition. I'm not going to welcome Adam into our family. The millennials, sad face. Yeah. Is that a happy face? Oh, sorry, sad face. I obviously can't translate very well. No, I'm not millennial yet. And the reason I'm not going to welcome Adam into the family is because of something that Olivia, my youngest daughter, said. And Emily's sister said last Christmas. But he's part of the family already. He doesn't need welcoming. He's here already. But on reflection, before I finish my speech, there's one word of advice I would like to give you, Adam. Keep building the shelves above Emily's bags. You may never see the fig rolls. Sad face. But you may have a fighting chance if you put the chocolate digesters up there, because Emily will never reach them. So, today I hope is going to be a really good day for everybody. I really cannot say any more about how happy I am for Adam and Emily. And also for Olivia, I guess, as well. I'm going to stop talking, but thank you for listening to me, and I'm going to pass over to Adam.
Thank you, Robin, for such a great speech. Luckily, mine's about to be a lot shorter. I'd like to thank you all for coming, especially all of you who've come to travel so far to celebrate with us today. It means a great lot to both of us. Robin and Isabel, it's always scary meeting your girlfriend's parents for the first time, and it's even more daunting to travel all the way to Paris to do so. But thank you, Isabel and Robin, for being so welcoming, whilst overlooking a stupid haircut and pushing the dresses, and for always making me feel at home. Mum and Dad, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank my parents for everything they've done for me, and I would not be here today without all the friendly support. But I think it's safe to say that the guitar lessons were a waste of time. As I'm sure you've all guessed, that my beautiful wife Emily has planned most of today. I try to only get involved in the fun bits, but it does turn out I now somehow have a strong opinion on wedding stationery employees. I would like to thank Emily for all the amazing work she's done making this happen today, as without her literally none of this would have happened. And you'd all be sat on the floor there now. I would also like to say a special thank you to Ashley, who made a wonderful cake. And also to my mother-in-law, Isabel, for all the chocolate. As I'm sure you all agree, both Emily and all the bridesmaids looked amazing today, and I'd like to thank all three of you for always supporting me. So, before I pass you over to Ed, I'd please like you to all raise a glass to the bridesmaids.
Here we go. Right, for everyone that doesn't know me, I'm Ed, and I'm the best man. I've known Adam far too long, but there we go. But I've always known him as Hulk, and a lot of us here know him as Hulk. Since we met at Farnham Sixth Form College, which is a college I didn't even go to at the time. So, yeah, more to be said later. I can still remember that first day that I saw him. I was sat on a bench, chatting with a few people. I turned around and see this giant of a bloke sat on the floor with a leather jacket, huge metal spikes through the shoulders. And yeah, he just stared at me. And I was like, oh. So I immediately turned around, but then I hear a voice behind me go, "You all right, lad?" So I turned around to have a look. So I have to turn around and look up, and there he was, towering over me. Slightly wetting myself at this point. But then I find out this intimidating guy is a true gentle giant. Right. So when Adam asked me to be his best man, I wanted to give a heartfelt speech. So I googled heartfelt speech. And to be honest, there are hundreds of sites you can pay to download, but because I'm cheap, I just wrote it, so easy. I'd like to mention also all the hard work that Adam has, and Emily, has put into this wedding. It's kept him very busy. Emily's kept him very busy for various weekends and nights, for making all these various bits for the wedding, including the amazing centerpieces, which are for sale. If you would like one, please come see me, because then I'd like to go on holiday with the money. But yeah, just don't please help yourself. Back there. And right. Also, I'd just like to mention the weather today. It's been absolutely fantastic. Right. So, Emily and Adam gave me some topics to avoid, so I'll just quickly. I can't even read the writing, anyway. We'll leave that for the time being. So when I think back about the fun times that I've had with Emily and Adam, it always ends up at the Plough pub in Farnham. I can just about remember Pound Pint Wednesdays, but one of my fondest memories is Adam having a pool ball struck to his head just for the fun of it. If you would like to see video evidence, check his Facebook profile. I'm nearly done, so don't worry, you'll be able to get to the bar shortly. I'll also take this moment to let you know that on the back of your name tag, place names, courtesy of Robin and Isabel, the generous, lovely parents of the bride, there is a free drink voucher. Right, I'll go for another funny memory of me and Adam. Walking back, it was either from either the Plough or the Wheel and Cobbett, walking past Farnham Sixth Form College, where we walked past this massive cherry tree. With all its lovely blossom out, but it was at the end of the blossom, so it was super dry. I remember Adam picking a bit and saying, "I wonder how flammable this stuff is." But as he was saying that, I'd already pulled my lighter out and lit a small part of the blossom on the tree. Within seconds, the tree is ablaze. I've already started legging it to turn back to see Adam trying to blow half it out. But at this point, half the tree's ablaze, so Adam started running. So I'm hoping that no one here owns that tree. Or knows the person who owned that tree, because it was all his fault for saying it was flammable. So yeah, I mean, it's a terrific day, and I just want to mention, obviously back to these again, they were handmade by Adam at the forge.
No, that's inpatient. Inpatient. Come on.
Where are we going?
To Ben.
Ben, put your hand up. Hand up, Ben. There we go. Well, I'm going to start to wrap things up, but I just want to take one last trip down memory lane. When me and Adam both had mohawks and the great times, the friends we had together at the Agincourt Camberley. I just want to take this moment to say, Emily, I did want to be the best looking person in the room today, but obviously I failed miserably. You look absolutely beautiful. I'm so happy for both of you. And as the poet Dante once said, a great flame follows a little spark. And when Adam met Emily, I saw a spark. From the way they were around each other, I could see there was something special. You two are great together, made a flame burn long, and sparks continue to fly. Great sparks.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can now get off your table. Bar will be well down there, and I think given us a warm day, I think it'll be some quenching drinks appreciated, and also teas and coffee, including the infamous Assam tea, will also be available down there. Please help yourself.